we are expecting a lot of companies that would be attracted to Ghana. We are expecting that most of the companies that will be in the Bay Area would want to do business in Ghana. And we have a lot of products, that is exports, both traditional and non-traditional items that we intend exporting to China. And the companies in the Bay Area, we are expecting to do business with them. We can do a lot of trade and economic cooperation under the Belt and Road Initiative on the African strength. And that is a very important part that Ghana can benefit from. Thank you so much. China has been a traditional friend of Ghana. We started our friendship cooperation in the year 1960. That was 3 years after our independence. And so just after establishing the diplomatic mission, our friendship started there. In the year 1961, we signed a friendship cooperation agreement with China. Ever since, we have exchanged a lot of political and economic cooperation between the two countries for the mutual benefits of our peoples. We've had a lot of projects under the economic cooperation agreements in Ghana. First of all, we have a lot of projects on construction of schools. A lot of projects are also ongoing on educational infrastructure in Ghana. For instance, we have the University of Health and Allied Sciences. China, under that cooperation agreement, is building a lot of educational infrastructure. China is also extending the fishing harbor in the suburb of Accra. We call it the Jamestown. There's a fishing harbor. China is expanding the construction of the fishing harbor facility. Again, under the same project agreement, we have China building the Ministry of Foreign Affairs block for both the main ministry and also the research department of our ministry. So on that line, we have had a lot of construction from the Chinese side that is really helping Ghana's development. We hope to reinvigorate and have a very thriving economic cooperation between Ghana and China. Yes, as was discussed, or as the various speakers mentioned, we have basically 4 greater Bay Areas, including the Hengqin, Macao, Guangzhou Greater Bay Area. It's very peculiar because it combines all. Even though China is one, that is, we have one China and 2 systems. So it offers a very fantastic and unique platform for higher quality development. And I hope that when it takes off fully, it will outgrow, or it will even grow beyond what the 3 that we have on the ground now. Yes, of course, because we are expecting a lot of companies that would be attracted to Ghana. We are expecting that most of the companies that will be in the Bay Area would want to do business in Ghana. And we have a lot of products, that is exports, both traditional and non-traditional items that we intend exporting to China. And the companies in the Bay Area, we are expecting to do business with them. But let me remind you, Ghana is the second world producer of cocoa. And interestingly, we have very limited consumption of cocoa in China. To speak, we are underperforming. And we wish that in the future, we can increase the consumption of cocoa products in the Bay Area. I know for a fact that China is helping Ghana build a cocoa processing plant. So when it's complete, the products in the value chain will be exported to China to help strengthen our relations. Yes, as I mentioned to you earlier, that not only do we have cocoa, we have other products. You know, we have pineapple, we have a lot of, I want to put it in agricultural products. But not only that, we can also do a lot of cooperation on oil and gas. Ghana is an oil producing country. We have a lot of crude that we can attract a lot of Chinese investment to Ghana. We can attract investors to come to Ghana for oil exploration. Not only that, you know, with the up and coming phasing out of the introduction of the EV vehicles, we think that we can rely on China to supply Ghana with a lot of EV cars, because from the various climate-related agreements that we have entered into, we think that we are phasing out the non-EV cars, and then China will be a good partner to supply us with the EV battery cars, which will go a long way to position Ghana in our climate resilience project. You will see that China is trying to develop this policy with a view to tracing the history of its trade route from Africa, from Kenya, Egypt, Sudan, that is African countries, then to United Arab Emirates, that's the Middle East area, then to Asia and some parts of Europe. And we in Ghana think that once the African hinge is properly introduced, we stand a lot of opportunity to tap into it. We can do a lot of trade and economic cooperation under the Belt and Road Initiative on the African strength. And that is a very important part that Ghana can benefit from. You rightly suggested that you want to see a very active cooperation between China and Ghana on education, right? There's an area that Ghana takes very seriously. The government in place now takes education very, very paramount. We have a free education system for children up to the free basic education system up to senior high school. And so the government is actually very serious with education in Ghana. And as you rightly said, at the basic level, we are able to produce a lot of graduates before entry into university. So we think that our relation with China on offering scholarships for our students is very, very paramount. And I'm happy to indicate that we have not been disappointed at all. We have a lot of student population in China. And so far, scholarships that China has granted are very enormous. So we are very thankful that China is helping Ghana position us in a way that we can develop our human resource capacity for the development of our country.